Hello, we are back here again on Thursday night, almost Friday morning, to discuss the Bad Batch episode 9. Joining me today, as always, is Caitlin. Say hi or wave or something.
Hey, everybody.
Rob.
Hey, let's do the wave.
And JD coming to us live from, it looks like maybe the Mandalorian storage shed.
Yeah.
I see Grogu in the back there, so I'm not sure.
I'm like a hoarder.
It's all good. So am I. Yeah, I think that's like a fan thing, right?
Yeah, I have like too many toys and crap like that.
I don't know that is like, I don't think you can have too many toys in the same sentence together. I don't know if it works that way. But anyway, like I was saying, we are here to discuss episode number 9 of the Bad Batch. After this episode, we have seven left. Is that right?
Yep.
So we're a little bit past the halfway point. Last week was kind of a big episode. It kind of seemed like what we would have got out of it, like a mid-season like cliffhanger, if there was one. But there wasn't. So here we are the next week. So how have you guys been? What have you been up to over this past week?
I've been good. They had the new Shang-Chi trailer drop today, so that was exciting.
I saw that. I watched it about 3 times because I need to figure out whether or not that dragon was supposed to be Fin Fang Foom or not. Because there's been a lot of articles going up that he's not going to be in the movie. But then we've got that dragon, so I'm confused.
I got stuck on the fact that Abomination was there.
He looks different, too.
Yeah. Less horrifying.
Yeah, but I mean, like he was still kind of transforming by the end of the Incredible Hulk movie, so it kind of makes sense that wasn't his final form.
I like that they're apparently bringing him back into the MCU pre-She-Hulk, so I think that's interesting.
Yeah, that's exciting. Rob, what about you?
Still jonesing that we got Cad Bane last week. I mean, Filoni is doing us right in this show so far.
They also dropped the mid-season trailer for Bad Batch today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did they? I did not see that. I've been behind my computer working on a lot of stuff today. So, like, Shang-Chi was, like, the only thing that I saw, and then I was like, I need to leave. I'm going to lay down, just not do anything for the next 3 hours until the stream, and now I'm still tired, but I'm good.
Nice.
I've actually been doing a lot of like theme park fun things this week. I went to California Adventure and did some of the Marvel superhero stuff, which is really cool.
Nice.
The Spider-Man that's flying through the air is neat, but he's kind of can malfunction every once in a while. It looks pretty robotic at times.
He is a robot, so.
Well, I mean, it's the thing is if you're watching it like and you're slowing down the video, you could see it. If it's just happening, I mean, you gotta really look at it to see if it's actually a robot doing it.
Yeah, the videos that I've seen, it looks like a real person is in there.
Yeah.
Just keeping his form really, really well.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat show. I think the area that they built over there is pretty spectacular, and I'm not really even a Marvel fan per se because Star Wars is my jams. But you literally there's about 4 or 5 shows in there that are just super cool. I mean, you've got a Doctor Strange show. There's like a fight stunt show on top of the building, and then there's a Wakanda, like the Wakanda tribe comes out, and it's pretty cool. And they even went to the fact of like bringing like the new Loki character in.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
like the new Loki character, like Sylvie, or like a new. Oh wow.
Like as in the fact of like Loki is actually dressed like the variant.
Interesting.
Like when they first had him out first day, I think it was the first episode drop. They had him in like the jumpsuit, like he was in prison. And
nice.
Then the next day he was in the variant outfit.
That's right. That's cool that they have multiple different costumes for him there, depending on what's actually happening in the MCU.
Right. I think it'd be kind of neat too, because I think when like Black Widow pops up, I'm pretty sure we'll probably see like a white outfit come through the park.
They're not just gonna have her lying on the ground.
Oh, I hope not. That doesn't sound like
Too soon, Josh. Too soon.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Is it? It's been like what, 2 years now?
Oof. Well, so I was kind of, as you're talking about that, I actually kind of tried to see if I could screw one of the Disney folk up, and I walked up to one of the character attendants. I said, "Hey, is that Iron Man?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Are you sure? I thought he died." She was like, No. You see him? He's right there. You can go up to him and talk to him. I'm like, "Are you sure?" "I'm pretty sure I saw the movie. And he died."
You were that guy?
I was that guy for like about 5 seconds. And I was like, "Yeah, so where can I get shawarma?" Yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. But yeah, no, I'm very happy with last week's episode of this show, because like I just feel like whatever Dave Filoni has touched so far on Star Wars has just been for me, for a fan for so long, he's done the fans a service so far. So I'm excited where the rest of this show is going to
go. What about you, JD?
I've just been watching playoff basketball mostly, like at work and wherever. Yeah, sports balls.
It's the Suns and the Clippers, right?
Yeah, Suns, Clippers, Atlanta, and the Bucks.
So who are you rooting for?
The Suns.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, if you're like a Lakers fan, flipping on over to like the Clippers, it's kind of like, ooh.
No, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Toku is in the chat here with us, and he said that he kind of wishes that Galaxy's Edge was more of a non-time specific, so that you could actually get the Bad Batch walking around in there.
Man.
I have a lot of complaints about Galaxy's Edge.
100%. I really wish what they ended up doing with that park right there was that they made one spaceport in Disneyland and one spaceport in Disney World, and they would do different sections to where like you had a different planet on each side, and you could go to your specific, whatever park it was, and things would be different on each side. But as someone who's gone to both of them, they're the same exact thing, just size circumference.
They're also not set within any of the shows or movies.
They are set within the movies.
Did they visit the planet?
It's 7 and 8. 7 and 8. Or no, it's which one?
No, I know time period wise. I mean, it's not a planet we've gone to.
No, it's not a planet we've gone to. It's only had a mention before in, I want to say, it's only been mentioned once, I recall, in a Star Wars something or other. But there is a book. I forget the name of the book that's out, but and it's about the character that walks around with the blue hair. She's a rebel.
Yeah, I know there's a book and I think a comic. I think it's a missed opportunity, because I would love to be like, oh my god, I saw this on TV.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
I think that's coming, in my opinion.
It has to.
Just because of the fact that like where it's all set is really all set in 6 and 7. Or no.
Well, I mean,
we're at 7 and 8. It's at 7 and 8. So Force Awakens and Last Jedi is where it's stuck at.
with ongoing events in Star Wars happening on TV, it would make so much sense for them to tie what's happening in the park into what's happening in the shows or movies as they come out.
I agree.
100% agree with you, but they, for some reason, the Imagineers on that one just kind of basically were like, let's keep it in that spot because they thought those films were going to take off.
I mean, I wouldn't even mind like it being stuck in that time period, even if we visited it during like Mandalorian or Obi-Wan or something, because we could be visiting it way earlier in the time period, and then it doesn't have to look identical then if it's like decades later.
Right.
Well, because now if it's stuck between 7 and 8, that means that we don't have like Darth Vader, right? Because he's dead.
You'll never see Darth Vader walk around in Galaxy's Edge,
Which is
weird. That feels like such a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I think the book is called Black Spire Outpost or something like that.
Yes, that sounds right.
And, her name, I think, is Modavi or Morani or that. I can't remember exactly.
Viola. Bye.
Yeah, I haven't been, but I'm excited to go. Hopefully, sometime this summer.
I like the Millennium Falcon ride. I like doing the one where I just have to push a couple buttons so I can watch the actual ride when I'm driving. I suck because I get like distracted by random graphics. I'm like, oh, that looks so cool. Oh, we crashed. My bad, guys.
That happened to me when I
go with somebody who knows how to drive inverted.
Oh, I got owned by like a 5-year-old on that ride. He gave me the death stare, and I was like, my bad.
I'm gonna tell you a trick on that ride. You ready for this?
Yeah.
The next time you go on that, you sit inside the little laser beam. Don't tap the button. Hold it down.
Okay.
You do not. I'm telling you, button mashing is not worth it on that game. Hold a button.
What's the one in Florida? The space exploration one that Gary Sinise does.
Oh, Mission to Space.
Mission
to Space. They literally just got rid of Gary Sinise.
Really?
Yes, I was so sad. I was actually there over Christmas.
See, like, I don't know why I should ever go to a theme park again because they got rid of they got rid of Gary Sinise there. They got rid of Bill Paxton in the Twister thing. Like
who's gonna solve crimes in space if Gary Sinise isn't there?
Right.
I feel the same way, and I can't scream, "I'm going to Mars, Lieutenant Dan."
It's funny to me because he basically got that role because of he was in Apollo 13, right?
Yes.
Yeah, both Apollo 13 and then he was in that movie Mission to Mars, but that movie like never took off.
I enjoyed it, but it was not. It didn't. They didn't get the blockbuster it should have, or it didn't get the.
Yeah, I liked it. It was just too much of like too many little disasters happening throughout the entire thing that just made me. I'll go. Oh, come on! It's just too like too much going wrong. But it was fun. Like I enjoyed the whole face on Mars thing and the dude like getting sucked up into the sand vortex thing and spinning around and having his arms and legs rip off.
Yeah, I mean it was. I enjoyed the film, but again, like I said, it didn't go very well.
Yeah.
The Mission to Space ride is still the same. They just got rid of Gary Sinise.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, when I was contracted there, actually every Christmas they used to do a visual, like basically they would tell like the Christmas story, and they would have the cast go in and they would sing, and then they'd have an actor come in and tell the story of Christmas, basically.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They had Gary Sinise come in for that?
He used to come almost every Christmas.
Oh, wow.
So if you wanted to see Gary Sinise, man, you just had to be at Epcot on Christmas Day, and you were right there.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I never went on Christmas Day. I went on New Year's a couple of times.
New Year's is fun, but man, you gotta. Oof.
Well, I went New Year's Day, not New Year's Eve. So like.
New Year's Day is great because there's nobody there.
It's dead. Yeah, there was like no one there. We got to go on like everything. I think the longest we waited in line for anything was like maybe half an hour.
If that, because everybody ended up partying the night before, and usually Epcot closes at like 2 a.m.
Yeah. So we're getting close to the midnight. We're only a couple of minutes away. So before this episode drops, I need to ask you guys what you are expecting to see tonight. When we left off last week, Cad Bane had taken off with Omega. The group basically got their ass kicked by Crosshair and his crew, but Crosshair also got like all burnt to shit from the engine. So where are we gonna pick up? Do you think we're gonna pick up immediately after that, or are we gonna be like a little bit of time later, like we have in the previous episodes?
Well, I mean, before I get into what I expect from this episode, the trailer that was the little sneak peek trailer of the rest of the season, we did see Fennec Shand again. So I'm excited to see her again. I'm hoping that we have her pop up in the next couple episodes. I feel like we're either going to pop up right with the Bad Batch as they're like kind of learning about Omega and freaking out, or maybe with Omega when she's on Cad Bane's ship. That would be kind of my assumption. It's one of those two.
Just really quick before either of the other two of you answer, I did just recently edit an interview with Ming-Na, so I would assume that she is going to be either in this week's episode or maybe next week's, because otherwise I don't know that I would have had that.
And I don't. The episode is up right now. By the way, it's called Bounty Lost.
Ooh.
So we get, and the thumbnail is Cad Bane.
Are we getting Battle of the Bounty Hunters?
Oh gosh, I hope so. I hope so.
That would be awesome. It's Cad Bane and his useless droid.
I mean, Cad Bane and Seth Green.
I love that he blew that thing up in Clone Wars and like tricked it. It was so mean and so hilarious.
I think last week it was probably one of my favorite little quotes inside this thing. My boosters.
The description for this week's episode is rather short too. It's just the Batch embark on a rescue mission.
Oh, great! So we know what's going down. They're going to be chasing Cad Bane.
Pretty sure we knew that's what was going to happen.
Can you imagine if it was like the Bad Batch cuts their losses and leaves? Like, she was really difficult to handle. We weren't great at this. She'll be fine.
Man, that would be like if Qui-Gon Jinn just decided to kill Anakin in like episode 1. Hey, you want to defeat the Empire? Zzz, the end.
the Bad Batch needs some downtime, so they go on shore leave and hit up a bar in Coruscant for the night.
Oh,
right.
Man. Hey, is this the bar 66?
You like start with Omega.
Order 66.
You like start with Omega. She's like, they're coming for me. Cut to the Bad Batch. She's just like passed out on the bar.
Right. You know, a couple of them are like so drunk. One of them's on some stripper pole and like.
I mean that would be Wrecker. Yeah, that would have to be Wrecker.
I totally thought that too.
Wrecker would either be on a stripper pole or in one of those cages.
Yep. And one of them's got to be doing a keg stand.
That would also be Wrecker.
Yep. I think Wrecker just does everything, and they're just kinda, the rest of them are kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. A keg stand in the cage.
So JD, what about you? What are you outside of the Bad Batch going on a rescue mission? what are you expecting to see?
I guess at this point, bounty hunters or Fennec. You know, but I don't know what else to say. For that.
Rob.
Oh, who are we gonna see? Ooh, I hope Fennec. I hope we see Fennec because we saw her too early in this show, and I just think a little bit of Fennec and Cad Bane fight would be great because really they don't have anything against each other. Just the fact that they both want to make the money. So really, I would love to see them just kind of fight over it. They're not going to kill each other, obviously, but like. I would love to see a little bit of a brawl with these guys, but I really want to see though by the end of this a knife fight between Hunter and Cad Bane because I feel like he feels like he just got the best of him by shooting him. So instead of like a blaster showdown. I want to see them go at it, like, because Cad Bane's got some moves, man. But I want to see him like go at it in a little like, combat.
Pull the toothpick out of his mouth and just start.
You don't want to see Cad Bane pull an Indiana Jones.
Oh no, I really don't. I really don't, because I like Hunter. Like, I think if it was like a dumb character.
Yeah.
Although I could see that being like a tech move. Where like Cad Bane pulls out a knife and starts doing like all kinds of stuff. Hunter pulls out a knife and is like getting ready to go, and then like either Tech or Echo just like pulls out a gun and just like shoots Cad Bane. It's like, can we just go?
I gotta be honest though, I don't think you're gonna kill Cad Bane. He's too much of a pop.
No, it could be a taser.
Yeah.
Like the one that the stun.
Yeah.
That'd
I don't know
hilarious.
though. You know what I'm really hoping for in the series though is that we get a little bit of Hondo Anaka.
Me too.
I really like Hondo. That was one character in Clone Wars that was just one really cool character. He kind of merged a little bit when he was older in Rebels, but I really liked him in Clone Wars.
I loved him in Clone Wars. The thing I found so hilarious in Rebels is when he's like, I was friends with a Jedi. I think we were friends.
Yes. Yes.
You're like...
He had to question his own motives.
Yeah.
Jedis.
Yeah, that's why he was fun.
It was so great, too, because he asked Obi-Wan Kenobi, he'd be like, no, he was terrible.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be something if we got him coming up soon in a live-action thing? Oh.
I would love to see him in Obi-Wan.
I'd love to see him live. Okay, Cad Bane and Hondo Anaka live-action. Check.
Agreed.
Yep.
And based off of what I saw last week, I would watch that.
Yeah.
Or like even
I would just watch a Bounty Hunter show at this point.
Would there be a possibility that he could show up in the Book of Boba Fett?
No, assuming he's not dead, sure.
Yeah, I mean, well, because he kind of just like what happened in Rebels? He just kind of left. He just kind of left Ezra Bridger.
Yeah, he was on the planet when they like took it from the Empire, and then that was about it. That's all we really saw happen.
Didn't kill him off. He just kind of escaped.
And he doesn't have his pirate gang anymore, so that's I think why it would be cooler to see him closer to when the Empire took over, maybe before he really loses everything, because he's a little more fun with that intimidation factor of I'm kind of the pirate king. Versus when we see him in Rebels, and it's like, I'm a lowly smuggler now.
Yeah, he was kind of like, I want to say, kind of like a mix of like, you're a lowly smuggler / like Jack Sparrow, or the fact of like, the delirious, and whatever he says, you're just like, okay, but he's actually telling you the truth of what's happening.
He's totally that guy where he's telling stories, and you're like, oh yeah, that totally happened. Sure. It's like, no, that did happen. It sounds insane, but
yeah, it sounds insane what you're saying, but okay, we're believing you now.
All right. Well, are all of you guys queued up and ready to go? I'm sure Donnie is all ready. Ready? Already ready? Ready?
Let's do this thing.
Do you think they're gonna get her back in this episode?
No.
I don't know. So it's called Bounty Lost. So I'm pretty sure she's not going to be with Cad Bane by the end of the episode. But that if we see Fennec, that means that she could end up with Fennec. And then I guess we'll have to see whether Fennec turns her is going to turn her over to the Kaminoans, or whether she's going to be like, all right, let me go find your group.
I hope we go back to Camino, to be honest, because I feel like that storyline's really cool, and I really hope this show shows how Camino kind of falls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just want to know what they're doing.
Yeah, because I think we've kind of strayed away from them a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go ahead and get this all going here. Let me pop over to the right screen here. I'm set. Are you guys set?
Yep. I'm gonna count it down.
Right. Yeah. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Play.
I always love these credits.
Just the light going across all the helmets is just really dope.
Mm-hmm.
I blame Dave Filoni.
For good credits.
Yes, thank you, Dave.
Is blame the right word?
Exactly.
Yeah, same as credit, right? Some people, you know, blame J.J. Abrams for The Rise of Skywalker. I give him credit for it.
Yeah, I blame that guy. Ooh, it's Dengar. I knew it. Wrecker is ready for it to get hot.
It's like Nelly?
Oh.
Why is this droid like taunting her?
Because he's been with Bane for a while. He's been through it.
We ever seen him with his hat off?
Not.
I think so.
He didn't have the breathing things on.
Yeah.
I like that there's like a tumbleweed sound in the background.
It's very Western. I hope they're setting up this Western vibe with him, like, even more prominently, because we're going to see him in Mandalorian. Or Boba Fett.
I hope so. I really hope so. Oh, there we go. Oh.
Dang, dude.
But she does not look like she's into that idea.
Well, no, they have matching outfits and everything.
Yeah.
We also just got confirmation that they have another planet somewhere.
Mm. He's really bad at his job.
You know, you remember he was a bomb, right?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yep. He was like, I'm about to explode.
I loved when Cad Bane was like, "You're having memory issues." I'm having memory issues. I don't remember that. Oh
Oh no!
Boba. How do they have a first generation clone that's a different gender than the gender they're cloning? That doesn't make sense.
But also, how do they not have like a store of his genetic material?
Because he died.
You'd think that they would have had like stem cells just like stored away someplace or something.
They should have. They just, I think, assumed he would always be there.
See, I thought it was going to be way more of a twist than that.
I did too. You have to be smarter than this droid.
No.
No. Do you think she's actually going to fix his leg?
I think so.
Yeah, I think she will. I think she's going to be friends with her.
Yeah, and then he's going to help her out later.
Because he actually is he's not a dumb droid, but he's looking for friends, really.
Yeah.
His feet look like plungers.
Good night.
Cad Bane is totally going to scrap this thing.
I don't remember that ship.
I don't think we've really seen it. Oh yeah, looks like different Kaminoan planet. We haven't seen this before.
Yeah.
This is cool.
No.
Kind of looks like Bespin.
City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dodo's sleeping.
I mean, is her communicator going to work that far?
That's a really good point.
What's that?
Is it a cell phone or a walkie-talkie?
Oh.
Oh.
He's gonna be lost on that. Oh boy.
Yeah, this looks like that Cloud City where Lando was.
They have good service plan.
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Must be 5G.
Uh-oh.
That's creepy.
Oh, that's not cool.
Aww.
Oh my god, did Toto just die?
No, but I just noticed like
This might be Fennec.
He's got a lot of like armor on his like shoulders.
Yeah, I don't know that. Like he looks updated versus
He
his
looks way
clothes.
updated.
Oh no!
Whoa!
Oh no!
Oh wait.
Uh-oh.
That's not what I was expecting to see.
Uh-oh.
That's what I was expecting.
Hey,
Yes.
who hired her?
Lamasu.
Mm.
I like that little like.
Gosh darn it!
Cool. Oh.
Oh,
No,
Toto,
he
got
just
all
lost
the
money.
that's unfortunate.
Oh, that sucks.
The worst robot.
I mean, he can fly. He can just like
He
drop down and
means
pick them
well.
up, right?
Toto means well.
If you're a Mega, which one would you go with?
Fennec, I think.
I think so too.
I would go with the dumb droid.
Just jump out the window and land on Toto. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, Toto.
Like riding him like Falcor at the end of
That's what I was.
Neverending Story.
Ouch.
Come on, Toto. Let's go to the Emerald City.
Nice.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh, this is another cloning facility.
Like the
Looks like-
old abandoned one.
Those look like Snoke-ish.
yeah. Well, that
Oh,
that one on the end there
no.
looks kind of like a Kaminoan.
Mm.
Oh no! I hope it's not Snoke. Maybe they were at the beginning of.
Do we know what race Snoke was?
No.
No. A waste of time. Oh wait.
Nice.
He had such potential, Snoke.
I mean, we didn't know any more about the Emperor when he died than we knew about Snoke when he died.
The Emperor looked human.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, as far as like character wise, like we didn't know, we knew the same about both of them.
I mean, I think we knew a little more about the Emperor, but not like I get what you
Not
mean.
much.
Yeah.
So this wasn't the Bad Batch rescues Omega. It was the Omega figures out how to get the Bad Batch to her.
Yep.
You can make sure he's alive there, dude.
Unless Toto can figure it out.
Don't let him lose the hat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so she wasn't hired by the Kaminoans.
She might be hired by Lama Su, the other one.
I definitely think so. If she knows what the Prime Minister is going to do, it's a really good guess. Yikes.
Oh, poor Toto. I feel bad for him.
I know, that was funny.
All that gross liquid is gonna fall out.
They're going to explode.
Oh.
Oh my god,
Oh.
that was just rude.
Oh.
Oh.
Boy.
Ugh.
That's a Kaminoan.
Yeah.
Was her mouth open when that happened?
Ugh.
Oh.
She didn't have her helmet on, that's for sure.
Interesting is she said, I'm trying to help you. So, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be after that. I'd be like, you blew that one, kid. Sorry.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on how much they're paying her.
Yeah. That was cool. This is interesting because early Fennec tries to help.
He's got a hard head.
But we don't know why yet.
He just
Yeah,
knocked her on her butt with no helmet.
Yeah. But my point is, when we meet her in Mandalorian, she's like way too cynical to do that.
Yeah. What?
Oh, maybe this is why.
Yeah.
And how did we get Fennec first before Cad Bane? Let's be real about this. Come on. Cad Bane's so much cooler than Fennec.
I'm excited for Fennec in live action. God, you stupid droid.
I mean, it's a ladder.
That poor droid.
What are you doing, dude?
Gotta jump on him.
Lift
There you
yourself.
go.
There it goes.
I
Yeah!
knew it. They were going to go to the Emerald City.
Never ending story.
I'm gonna have to clip that out.
It's stuck on its head.
Oh, no.
That's great.
You turtled Toto. Well done. Hey guys, your bounty's getting away.
Yeah, but this is fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Because Toto's on it.
Oh!
That was great.
Oh, ouch.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey, the target is getting away. There you go. Oh, that's
ew.
fun. I don't think we've ever seen him have fire.
No.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
That's
I
a fall.
Nah, he's good. He's good. Not even worried about it.
he's got boosters.
Yeah,
Bootsters.
he's got bootsters.
I like her little, like,
The bolo things.
Yeah, those are cool. I hope we see those in live action.
Is this a thing from nowhere? In the the galaxy?
It looks like it.
And then Wrecker catches her.
Just like standing outside the ship.
Yeah, he's just like, I got you, kid.
He's like on top, just holding.
Yeah. I knew it was him. I told you. I called it.
Best
Doesn't care about
buddy.
anybody else. It's just Wrecker.
Aw, they hugged. That's
They
so
did.
cute. You have to hug her back, Hunter.
Ooh, is he gonna
Just
change
pushed him
that?
out of the way.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Fennec.
Yes.
I wanted to see a space battle.
We still could. Ooh, are we gonna see who hired her?
Ooh.
Yeah, good one, JD.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
That's
But really,
interesting.
her only job was just to kill her off.
So do you think she'll team up with them down the line?
Maybe. I think she's slated to be in at least one more episode.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I kind of want to know how she went from taking jobs that seem to be trying to help someone to just straight up assassin for like the crime syndicates.
Money, maybe.
I feel like something had to have happened though too.
They did say that she did jobs for the Empire too, right?
I think so. Oh.
Well, we'll see what happens in the
He's
last couple of episodes.
Totally going back to Camino.
Keep going back to Camino, y'all.
Probably 15,
make-
16.
Right? Can't make that promise and have it go through.
Yeah, let's be real about that, Hunter. You're going back to Camino by the end of this thing.
All right. So, what did you guys think?
We got what we called on. We got the fight.
Yeah.
We got the Cad Bane Fennec fight. We got some Toto being Toto.
Being ridiculous.
You know, Toto kind of sounds like a more refined C-3PO. like if C-3PO had come from like a posh upper middle class or upper class background, that's kind of what Toto sounds like to me, except an idiot.
If it works for a bad guy.
I mean, he got reprogrammed. Is what happened. I want to say that he was he. I don't remember what kind of droid he is, but I remember in Clone
He's
Wars.
a techno service droid.
Well, I remember he like kind of got caught by Cad Bane, and he rewired him to basically help him out. He rewired him to be a bomb.
He also very much treated him like a butler, to which Toto was always like, "I am not a butler droid."
But that is kind of what he sounds like. Like if he was like a really skittish version of like Alfred.
Like the most useless Alfred.
Yeah.
So Donnie Pearson says 10 out of 10.
I liked it. I don't know. I think I liked last week's a little more, but I thought this was a pretty solid episode. I would have liked to see some of the stuff play out a little longer, but I think that sets up a lot of really interesting possibilities. The fact that Lama Su just is going fully against orders is really interesting.
Wait, I thought Lama Su was the other one.
I think Lama Su is the one that's in charge of everything.
Yeah.
I think I said the wrong name. I'm trying to look up her name now.
Yeah, Lama Su is the one that was in charge of everything. The one that hired Fennec, I don't remember what her name was, but that was someone else.
Okay.
I think.
Well, the one that hired Fennec, it's really interesting because she let them escape in the first place, so she knew something was going to happen, and now to see her going fully against the Prime Minister and everything is really interesting.
Yeah, well, and you could see on her face when they mentioned terminating Omega that she was like,
Yeah.
I'm slightly a little bit disappointed at the fact that they made the correlation between Boba Fett and Omega being the Alpha clone, because this is the first time we've seen them clone Jango Fett's generation with, or that whole section being a girl.
I still don't totally understand how it could be a first generation clone and the opposite gender, because I don't think scientifically that's actually possible. I mean, it's Star Wars, so they can play with it.
Right. But they would have had to modify her genetic structure.
Yep.
Somewhat to get a female out of it.
I hope we get a little bit more information on that aspect, but like that was a slight little bit of a letdown, because it's kind of like, well, if you did that, why wouldn't you just have it be another, like, hey, you got another version of Boba Fett, as in that kind of style kid, maybe, whatever. We've kind of said, well, maybe she's got force powers, but we haven't really seen anything since.
No, I mean, I wasn't even necessarily assuming force powers, but some sort of like because they said she was an enhanced clone in the first episode. So is she, or is she a first generation? Because I feel like those have to be different.
Is she an enhanced clone, as in the fact that she's a first generation, just enhanced to be female?
Yeah, that seems weird.
Yeah, that seems weird. The Kamino's name is Nala Su.
Okay. Yeah. She's cool. I like her.
Yeah.
Although how the Kaminoans move freaks me out.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do remind me of the aliens that came off of the ship at the end of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Like there's really like tall, gangly, weird things that like walk like this with their arms like all up in the air.
Or
it's
on
weird.
Mars Attack.
Yeah. Like
they had the mask on her head and she took it off.
Yeah.
They're like weirdly graceful, but just like haunting in their movement.
Yeah. It's
kind of like Saru from Star Trek.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so we got Fennec and Cad Bane going after each other. At the top of the show, Caitlin, you had mentioned that you didn't think that she was going to end up with the Bad Batch at the end of this episode, which turns out to be what actually happened. So you said that you would have liked to see it extend out a little bit more. So were you looking for more drama or more action, or both?
A little both. I would have liked to see kind of like, I just would really love to see. I think there was a comic book run or something where it's set when Boba Fett is taking Han Solo's like body when it's in the carbonite back to Jabba the Hutt, and he's basically all the other bounty hunters are trying to steal it. So I thought that would have been really cool to really see kind of them all going after Cad Bane's ship versus just having Fennec show up out of nowhere and fight. I would have liked to see multiple bounty hunters, but I liked what we got. Don't get me wrong. I would have liked to see like more of it, but I really enjoyed what we got, and I'm hoping we see more Cad Bane and more Fennec in the future.
Well, yeah, because if they were, I totally agree with you on the fact that because Cad Bane is still, I think, one of those top tier bounty hunters. Obviously, he mentioned down there, he says, you're not as skilled as I am, or have had the amount of time doing this. I mean, this is also the guy who did a heist of the entire Republic. During the Clone Wars. This guy is not stupid.
We met him with the Senate heist to break someone out of prison. Yeah, he's smart.
He's very smart. I mean, and he's dealt with most of those big bounty hunters anyway, so he knows. He's well connected in every type of syndicate bounty hunter section, anyways. So I think that would have been kind of neat too. What you're saying of like not just Fennec showing up, but like multiple different. That would have been a nice little factor of you could even throw in Aura Singh in there, for crying out loud.
I think Aura made sense.
Yeah, you could have thrown Aura in there. You could have thrown a.
I don't know in there because I would assume if you saw Aura Singh, you would see Boba Fett too.
Yeah.
So I think that might be a weird thing to show both of them because since they're supposed to be like the same genetic clone material, you know what I mean?
Well, wouldn't that be neat if they both had an interaction at one point?
Yeah.
Probably save that for later or like, a second season or something like that. But I feel like it's too early because the focus is solely on Omega that they don't want to touch on Boba Fett really right now.
Well, and these bounty hunters are very definitely towards the animation right now anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Fennec's not popular enough to be like, over a Boba Fett per se.
I mean, she's gonna be the guest, like the co-star in Book of Boba Fett. So I do that they're setting her up.
Yeah, she's the girl who's standing next to Boba Fett at the end of Mandalorian.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the episode, we got like maybe 2 or 3 seconds of Crosshair, and then he just disappeared from the episode. Where do you think he's going? Is he going back to Camino to heal and come back out again, or do you think he's still going to be out there chasing them?
I think
like
he's
right away.
going to clean his laser blaster, and then he's going to go over and see the Emperor, and hopefully make sure he's got shiny boots. I don't know.
I think it depends on what kind of ship they have. If they have a big like freighter type thing that has medical on board, then I could see them just continuing to look for the Bad Batch. But if they just have kind of the same type of ship that the Bad Batch or even like Fennec or Cad Bane has, then I would guess they have to go back to Camino. But no, I thought it was I like that Crosshair just is getting more and more pissed.
Yeah.
I hope for some reason, because he said, hey, I promise you I will not go back to Camino, or you will not go back to Camino. I hope that the Bad Batch, that their whole jam is like, hey, let's just go back and blow up Camino.
Right?
Yeah, I think
that way she can't go
back.
back.
You don't have to go back.
Jumping into this chat really quick for a second here. We've got Solomon Glover who has popped in. Thank you for joining us. He says that there were some real dark scenes in this episode, and the smoke just made it that much better. I agree.
I like the smoke. That was cool.
Yeah, smoke made it really kind of a different feel to what the scene was going on in there too.
Yeah, well, I mean, everything on. I don't remember the name of the other planet for that the Camino facility was on.
Yeah, the second Kaminoan planet that we've never heard of.
Yeah, like we don't or
something.
another. I mean, I don't think it's another area on Camino, so it's most likely another planet. Because I mean, theoretically, it always rains maybe where they're at, but like maybe on another continent somewhere. it's different, but it looked completely different.
Yeah.
But
Literally could be Cloud City. Like it could be like land around it, just like yeah, let's fix this place up.
That would be hilarious.
But-
He's like, just use all the clothes.
and
Let's get
Lando
rid of
comes in.
these.
Lando comes in and goes, "Let me just remodel your whole flying sky." It's like a list it or leave it with Lando Calrissian. Are you
Didn't he
going to list it, or are you going to leave it?
or something like that?
What's that?
I think he won a bet.
Yeah, he won.
Oh
Cloud
yeah,
City.
yeah.
So maybe someone else refitted it, and then he just
He
is the
just
mayor there.
snatched it.
Yeah.
But no, the scene, like starting with the scene where Omega dumped the Kaminoan clone over onto Fennec, and then when we saw the Kaminoan that came to pay off Cad Bane just like dead there, like we heard the shot, and they opened up to a wide on her. I was like, wow. Like I was not like, obviously they kill people in the show, but I wasn't expecting it to be that.
Have you guys ever seen
Yeah.
Psych?
Yes.
Like yeah.
Yeah. So I just watched the episode where he dumps the ashes onto Lassiter and him. So it just reminded me of this. Like it was like, oh man.
I remember that they're shooting
You
the third
said it
movie
was
now.
cake mix. No, I didn't. I did. Yes, I did say that. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Someone else is in the chat here now too. General Dorimus or Dorimus just finished it. He says that it was really good. So good.
No, I definitely.
We agree. Yeah.
Hey, out there in the chat, what was your favorite scene in the show tonight? Like, what was a couple things that you guys enjoyed? Like, you know, that's some stuff we did, but what stuff did you guys enjoy? Like, was it the Cad Bane coming back? Was it the dumb Toto?
Yeah, Toto.
Yo, when she dumped that Kamino clone on Fennec, that was gnarly.
Oh yeah. Like I literally had almost a gag reflex to that. Like it was. I was like, it's supposed to be like.
Like Fennec is nice that she's still trying to help. I'd be like, you know what? Fine. Get taken by Cad Bane.
I mean, I told you she's getting paid.
She
So.
didn't even have her helmet on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like I mean, that could have gotten in her mouth.
I mean, it probably did. I'm gonna go with it did. What do you guys think? What do you guys think out there? Do you think she got it in her mouth?
It probably helped.
No,
Probably
don't throw
back
up.
that like old back to.
Just turns green.
Old Bacta. Oh, it's like, you're not allergic to mold, are you? Bacta. Doesn't matter. It's Bacta.
It's spearmint. It's back to spearmint.
Yeah, back to spearmint. Oh man.
I mean, it was green.
You just know too when like the Kamino that got killed doesn't come back, and the prime minister's like, "What happened?" And you got the other one who's just like, "Oh, I have no idea."
Yeah,
She
I
just
have no
sucked
clue.
her job.
Yep.
Wait, you've got to imagine that shit smelled too.
Oh.
Like I just watched it was one of the last couple of episodes of Star Trek Enterprise from season 1, from the first season, and two of the guys got duped into like following these two attractive women down to a cellar. They thought they were gonna get lucky, but they ended up being like shapeshifters that actually were just trying to rob them. So they get tied up in the basement and just like left there in like their underwear. And to break out, they had to break a bottle of some like whatever beverages were down in this wine cellar, and they just come up. And once they leave the planet, like everyone else on the shuttlecraft is just like, "What's that smell?" That's just like what this reminds me of here.
That's something Wrecker would fall for.
Well, and that's actually how from now on Fennec became the worst bounty hunter in the galaxy.
Everyone could just smell her
Why do
coming.
you keep saying she is? They've established that she's not. This is just her in her younger years.
No, but what I'm saying is that it took her so long to like get rid of the
The
stench.
smell.
Yeah,
Like
because
30
they
years,
could
maybe
smell her
30 years or
coming.
so, 40 years or so.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh no, Fennec is near." How do you
Fennec's
know?
here.
I can smell
Run,
her.
everybody, run, Fennec! I can smell her.
I can smell
What is it? What is it that you're supposed to bathe in after you get sprayed by a skunk? Tomato juice?
Tomato juice.
It just,
Yeah, it's
Which
bathed
also
in
smells
tomato.
terrible.
yeah.
Just make like grilled
That's
cheese
like-
and dip.
Is that like an old? Is that like an old wives' tale though? Like one of those things, like
No,
uh,
I think.
well,
I've
'cause,
had
like
friends that got sprayed because they're
I
idiots.
remember some growing up, and like friends of mine had like lice in their hair, and their parents put like mayonnaise all over their head.
No.
Yeah,
Well, that I remember because
Is that under your hair?
yeah.
that is what happened to my hair.
Wow,
I
you
put,
put mayonnaise.
I put
Oh,
mayonnaise in it to get rid of lice, and it
Josh,
just
was
And
that-
it
was
all
that Miracle
fell
Whip?
out.
yeah,
Josh, was
It
that
worked
Miracle Whip?
well.
Was that Miracle Whip?
well, yeah, a sandwich isn't really a sandwich unless it's made with Miracle Whip,
Yeah, you got it at Miracle Whip.
and it has miracle in the name, so you would assume that it would be good for that kind of stuff. Nope.
Nope.
Uh,
I
No,
just
what-
remember these kids growing up and they had lice in their hair, but they had mayonnaise on top.
Pretty sure you're supposed to get the medicated shampoo, but okay.
and like those little combs that like force them to come out.
Yeah.
I remember, after I started shaving my head before I lost my hair, and there was a lice scare at the high school that my sister went to. So
High school.
yeah, I don't remember what it was, but there was something about lice, and I was just like, you know what, we're just gonna shave it again. Like I'd been letting it grow back out. It was probably about as long as Rob's hair is now. I was like, I don't even want to deal with it. I'm just gonna shave my head. It's not gonna be an issue.
Nice. Oh my gosh. No, I mean I thought this was a really, like there were a couple episodes ago we were complaining that they just kind of missed a lot of potential. I thought like this definitely had stuff where I was like, oh, this would have been a little cooler if it had been longer. But at the same time, I'm like, I still really liked it. Like that's not
Yeah.
really a complaint so much as I'm like, I like this so much, I want it to continue. Less like it's more of that than the story felt rushed. You know.
I
Right.
wanted to stop.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
I wanted them to. I like the fight section. The only thing I wish that this episode would have had, and again, I'm same boat as you are. The fact of being like, this was a really good episode. We got everything we really talked about before the episode that we wanted. But I was hoping for a little bit of a space battle
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the ships. You
A
know?
little
Yeah.
beginning with Crosshair.
Well, not
It was
necessarily
so fast.
Crosshair. I'm
Yeah.
talking more like Fennec or trying to shoot a Cad Bane in a ship, or like that kind
Yeah.
of.
Or like even Cad Bane going after the bad like I mean obviously Fennec disabled his ship so he couldn't take off, but seeing like one of them go after the ship, or maybe like even Fennec going after the ship before being told to just whatever, she's not back here, so that's all that matters. So Fennec could have been like no, and then veered off, and that could have left open a storyline where they were like, why did she go away?
Yeah. Or
Right.
even seeing a tracker on the ship. Like,
Yeah.
attached to the outside.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, none of that stuff made me dislike the episode. It's just more that I would like. I think that's something that gets lost in criticism now.
Yeah.
Like whether it's like just like people like posting tweets about things, or like articles online. People will read these and just see we're like, oh, well, I wish I had this, or I wish I had this, and take that as I didn't like the episode, when it's not. It's just a critique of things that we would like to see, or something that we wanted more of. It's not bashing the episode. It's just in these kind of discussions, that kind of stuff comes up.
Yeah, no, I think this is a top 5 episode for me so far.
I would agree on that aspect.
Yeah.
I think the last one, the one that was previous, this one I think was probably my favorite, because it kind of got the aspect of like we really got, we got some characters that we love, and we got a good storyline. I think this is like the nice little peak of, we're out of Order 66. They're on the run, and now we're getting what we wanted out of the show so far, though.
Yeah. Okay, so if off the top of your head, if you had to pick a top 5, what would it be?
I mean, the first episode, obviously, but that almost doesn't count because it's basically a mini movie.
Would that be your number 1?
I think so, for me at least. I really like these two because this felt like the vibe I wanted from the team. Like, Tech is not a jerk. Echo's got a personality. Wrecker's like Wrecker. He's awesome and hilarious. And Hunter is felt a little more human.
Yep.
So I've really liked these. But man, I also really like. So I think these are probably like 2 and 3. I really, really liked the third episode with the like stuff of Crosshair in that episode. I thought that was really, really cool. The Bad Batch stuff was sort of whatever, but the Crosshair stuff was really, really cool in that episode.
Rampage, with the Rancor.
Rampage was fun. Yeah, Rampage. I mean, I like it's hard for me to pick between kind of Rampage or the one where they go and have like the ridiculousness with all the droids.
Yeah.
That was really fun. Those, I think, were my top ones.
Was that. Which one was that? Cornered? No, that wasn't Cornered.
Decommissioned.
Decommissioned. Yeah. That was 6.
I think I'm 100% with you. Number 1 was fantastic, but it was a mini movie.
Yeah.
Episode wise, it is what it is. This one was pretty darn good. But I also really liked the what was the one that they were in the ship? That wasn't Reunion, or was it Battle Scars?
You mean the one where they got Wrecker's chip out?
Oh yeah, that
was Battle Scars. The one on the ship, I think that one was
the reunion, because that's the one where they blow up the tail end of the engine and it falls.
Yeah.
So reunion. I guess I just like the last 2. Oh, what was the one that when we see Fennec to begin with?
Yeah, the Pantora one where they do the big car chase. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed the car chase.
Was that a cut and run?
No.
Or was that cornered?
Cornered.
Yeah, that was cornered.
Yeah.
I mean, that one had some really funny moments to me. I'm really liking the episodes where they actually feel like the characters we met in Clone Wars.
Right. The cornered one had the popcorn in it.
Yeah.
The cornered one had
that was the first
Echo
one
being the droid.
Yes. Which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. JD, what about you?
I mean, I'm pretty much in agreement with both of them. I think all the ones that were mentioned were probably the best ones out of the ones we've gotten so far.
Yeah, it's hard because like we're on episode 9, so picking 5 out of those, we're basically just leaving off 3 or 4.
Yeah,
it's like half.
Yeah, I think it's funny though, like the way they're doing the Bad Batch is kind of like the opposite of how they started the Clone Wars, because like the Clone Wars started with a lot of like episode arcs, and it seems like they're trying to contain everything into like these really like kind of episodic parts,
Well, the first season was sort of weirdly episodic and out of order.
Very out of order.
Yeah, but I mean, like there was like the Maleficent, the like storyline was like 3 episodes where they like stopped the ships with General Grievous and stuff like that, and like Plo Koon. I think it's been a while since
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like that story arc, and then there was like another story arc after that where it's like 3. It seemed like they were doing that a lot in the first season. Where this one they're trying to contain everything into just the episodes that they are.
They did that a lot in all the seasons where it was 3 to 4 episode arcs.
And really with Clone Wars, they were really trying to show a little bit of everybody that they had that was in Clone Wars, their own individual stories, because it took a little while for them to get a little bit of everybody's stuff that was going on.
Yeah.
I think it got all the way to I want to say the first episode of the first season, we get a whole story with just Yoda.
Yep.
And then towards the end of the first season, we get Mace Windu, and it's just a Mace Windu story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then by the second season, we're actually seeing all of them kind of interact, and then it's solely on bounty hunters to an aspect. So I feel like Clone Wars was like, it wasn't specifically, we're following just the Bad Batch and their story. So like,
I did expect some multi-episode arcs though. Because that was a really big staple of Clone Wars, especially in the later seasons. Like the final season is 3 arcs of 4 episodes each. Yep. So I sort of expected that with this a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think it bothered me a little more in the earlier part of the season just because it felt more aimless.
Mm-hmm.
Where now I'm not minding it as much. I'm like, okay, other than kind of the episode where I feel like they wasted Rex, I'm really liking the fact that these are kind of wrapped up and then have the cliffhanger. Like I'm digging that.
What I would really like to see now though is that we see more of Crosshair's side, because I don't think we've seen a ton of Crosshair in this show at all.
No, not since like the 3rd episode.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot more Crosshair, a lot more Empire
on his side.
Yeah, we kind of fell away from a lot of the Empire stuff.
Yeah.
And I was really enjoying that. I liked that world building. I feel like we fell away from a lot of the world building, which feels like a loss. I think Cad Bane and Fennec brought that back in a little bit more because we know we're going to be exploring bounty hunters more with the live action. So establishing that a little bit is fun, and getting it to go into that world will be really fun. But I want to get back to the world building of the Empire taking over, because that's what's really unique about this time period.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What's interesting, not really what's interesting, but what I really liked about this episode is that it answered something that I've been wanting since the beginning, which was what's going on with the Kaminoans, and where are they? Are they just on Kamino? And now we know that like maybe they're just on Kamino now, but in the past they have been elsewhere. So
other things.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that aspect of the world building, like you were saying, that's definitely something that had kind of been missing on a grander aspect.
Yeah.
And now it kind of feels like we're getting that in like small little chunks, like here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, was there anything else that really stuck out to you guys from this episode that we haven't brought up yet? Anything specifically that you really liked or just didn't like for some reason, or something that you noticed where you're like, oh, that's really cool?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm excited to see where they go from here, because they've had 2 really strong episodes. So if they keep on this streak, which I think they can, I think it's set up for a lot of really cool stuff in the later half of the season. Plus, they're going to end up on Kamino because Hunter frickin' promised they wouldn't, which so
automatically it's like, all right.
Right?
The thing I really also like too is the attention to detail on the back side of the music with some of these characters. I'm going back to Cad Bane because he's one of my favorites. You got that Western feel again. It felt like you were watching, hey, there goes a tumbleweed in front of the spaghetti Western style movie.
Did we have that as much in Clone Wars? Because it doesn't.
Not
okay.
At all. Not at all. I remember feeling like he was like, that dude's like Clint Eastwood, and he's like in a Western. Like, but they never really came out and said it. They just kind of looked like him. This is like the first time they've been like really pushing the Western style feel to this.
Do you think that's because of the success of The Mandalorian?
Probably, because literally that's a space Western.
Yeah.
Yep. But I would be curious to see, like, there was a you know, like I said, if we see a Boba Fett or anything like that, like, you know, how are these guys going to interact?
Yeah.
At this point. But I think the bounty hunters that they chose in like this aspect for this storyline are good because they don't really pull from the main aspect of the story.
Mm-hmm.
They're not a main focus, which is good because really we want to see what happens to the Bad Batch and Omega.
And I was excited to see early Fennec because we saw her kind of at the end with Mandalorian. So seeing her in the early years and then seeing a really established bounty hunter with Cad Bane, it's really cool to see those two players up against each other.
Yep.
Doesn't Cad Bane have more like tricks and stuff like that? I felt like he didn't really get to show off a lot more of his tricks than he normally does, you know?
I want to say he has a knife as well too.
I don't know. I
don't remember that as much.
Stuff like that. I thought more gadgets and things.
I don't recall him ever using flamethrowers before.
I don't remember that either. That was cool.
That was really neat. I remember the boots. The boots definitely. And then he's got a lot of additives going on for him because didn't he have like a jacket? Like it was like kind of like a duster jacket.
Yeah, I think so.
He had an upgrade in how he looked from Clone Wars, definitely, and I dig it. It looks really cool. I really hope we see him again.
Because I remember him having the gauntlets, but he didn't really have like, you know, the shoulder pads. He liked the duster jacket and like and he always had the pistols. The pistols never not had the pistols.
Well, we didn't really see him do a lot of close combat fighting as much as we saw in this, like in Clone Wars. So I liked that we saw that he had essentially body armor because it was good body armor because it probably helped take the impact of some of the blows. And then similarly, like the obvious one is if he gets hit with a blaster, he's probably okay.
Right, but he's got a hard head because he knocked Fennec out with his head and she had
that was crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's probably why he had the you know, the shield thing now on his head.
Because now he just has it's just a metal plate underneath there.
I mean, beforehand, I don't recall him ever having the little like hoses.
He's had the breathing tubes forever. It's just we didn't see the full like on his head thing. It was more just kind of the bottom half. We've seen him without a hat because we did in the prison episode.
Yes.
But I don't remember it being as fully covered as it was. He had the hoses, but I don't remember being as fully covered as an entire head.
Is he like a water breather? Like is that like a?
I don't think we've ever seen him in the water before.
Mm-mm.
I think the Durst. No, I don't think they are. It's not like they're calamarians or anything like that. Like,
I mean, they survive out of water. Like,
but I mean, like the Mon Calamarians can like live in water.
Yeah.
Like in the comic books and stuff like that. But I think the Duros are not like that.
Yeah, my guess is it's just a different atmospheric makeup on their planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cad Bane. He had a big trench coat, and you were right. The two hoses were on the sides.
But no, I think this is a really solid episode. If they keep having episodes like this, I'm going to be really, really happy with the rest of the season.
Yep.
So predictions for next week. Do you think we're going to see Cad Bane again so soon, or do you think it's going to be a couple of episodes before he comes back?
I think it'll be a minute if he comes back this season. I don't see him coming back immediately. So in the trailer for like the rest of the season, we saw some of the droids in walkers and stuff, so I'm not sure how that plays into it, but I wouldn't be surprised if next week we went back to Sid to try and figure out like what's going on and see if they could, like, they might want to find a contact that is going to know more about the Kaminoans and stuff. So maybe they're going to try and connect with someone from the Republic.
Yep. I think we need to see more Crosshair, to be honest.
Yeah, I do too.
I think more Crosshair. I don't think we're going to see Cad Bane for a while, because Cad Bane was kind of like one of those things that was like, oh my gosh, you put Cad Bane back in this thing. It was kind of like, it's the old allure of Boba Fett. You don't want to get, he was really, there's a mystery behind him. You don't want to give too much of him, or too much of Fennec, because these guys are very, any bounty hunter, in my opinion, are very elusive, and they don't like, you want to get to know them, but
you can't
give up. You can't give the audience too much of the bounty hunters, because when they pop up, you're like, oh, I'm super excited about it, because then I want to know more. But yeah, it's not showing the whole playbook at once.
Yeah, I mean, like, what is so good about this is it establishes Cad Bane is still out there doing stuff.
Yep.
I pulled up the trailer, and they just showed the scene with the Kaminoan clone falling onto Fennec.
Yeah.
Just all over again.
Yeah, I want to see more Empire next.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just like maybe establish Admiral Rampart as like, the villain of this, and he's like really in charge of like Crosshair in them.
I wouldn't mind if we had kind of more of a straight Empire episode.
Yep.
That'd be very cool.
Very just on their side too.
I think we might get. I know I've said this a lot in the past with the previous episodes, but I think we're gonna get maybe a little bit more from Crosshair next week. Like maybe a follow up to see where he went after that utter failure.
I hope so.
If not next week, almost definitely the week after that.
I feel like we have to at this point, because I'm also at the point where if they just like redeem, like if they get the chip out of Crosshair at the end of the season, it's gonna feel like such a waste, and like it wasn't earned because we didn't see him enough.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. I don't know. So I guess I guess we'll find out next week. But any final comments before we wrap up and do our infinite plugs?
Can't wait for more. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I didn't want this episode to end, to be honest. I wanted to keep going a little longer. It's starting to get to where the point where the Star Wars storytelling is just so good. It doesn't, I'm still a huge fan of the live action versions, but even Clone Wars for a really long time, it was just so good. The stories were just so much fun, and I think that's where we're starting to get into these, to where it's like, oh, this isn't. This is good Star Wars storytelling, and that's what we want to see. And I feel like, other than the one dog with the light, the show has been great. I'm still going back. I'm going to call him Fido from now on.
You hate Space Dragon Dog.
I hate that dog. I'm sorry. But the one character that I really hope that they do put back in, because I think it would be slightly smart to put her back into this show, is I hope they see Ahsoka. I really hope they see Ahsoka at some point in the show.
Yeah, I do too. Even if it's just like a finale thing.
Yeah, just have her pop up and start her to, the fact that they had Rex for so short, and I'm sorry, but a waste.
Yeah.
It's still Filoni, so she's gonna show up.
Yeah.
Right. She's
I
gotta.
hope so. I hope she fights Bane. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Wishful thinking.
JD, predictions for next week? Or final thoughts?
Nah, just want more Star Wars. I can't get enough of it. Love me some Star Wars. I mean, I love everything, so, love it or hate it, I want more of it.
All right, well, then that will do it for us for this week. You can check back in with us on Saturday for the Ranger Wrap-Up and the Retro Ranger Wrap-Up. will actually be back this week. We've been off for the past 2 weeks. Last week was the Digital Power Morphicon event, so we took that off to let everyone kind of view that on their own schedule. And the week before that, we had Zach, the original Black Ranger, Walter Jones at the Comic Bug in Manhattan Beach. We are still working on rescheduling JDF for his return.
I think they scheduled him for the 18th. I think that's a Sunday. I think it's the 18th.
And I heard July
July 18th.
Okay, so we'll go with July 18th for right now. Sunday, we have the Retro Sentai wrap-up, followed by It's All Connected with Caitlin. You guys, I'm sure, will be talking about the new episode of Loki that we got this week, the Shang-Chi trailer.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Anything else on your docket for Sunday? Shay's showing me a screen that's completely out of focus.
That's worse.
It looks like it says the 11th.
I mean, probably. 11th. Okay. That's still a Sunday, probably.
Yeah.
I like Bad Batch. I'm sure. We will probably talk about the Spider-Woman exclusive that we dropped on Monday. So yeah, we got some fun stuff to talk about.
After that, we will have the Illuminati Wrestling Order later on at 8 p.m., followed by our Rick and Morty Smoke Along, which Shay has now joined us for. Probably he's kind of like shrugging there in the background. Last week was kind of a train wreck because nothing wanted to work. Usually that doesn't happen until I've started smoking.
Wait,
last
I was
week
going to say, is it because you smoked too much, or was
no, just like
you sounded like a robot.
Yeah, so Brandon and Sam were unable to make it, which completely upended the everything that I had set up already. So when I tried to modify it so that Shay and I could just like sit here in front of my TV and do the show, everything broke. Like nothing wanted to work right. The audio was broken. We sounded like we were like a transformer, like robots or something. It was so weird. Nate really enjoyed himself though, so that's a plus. But no, we'll be back this week. I'll have all that shit figured out. It'll be good. I really enjoyed that first episode. If you want to suffer like we did through it, it's up there for you to replay. Tuesday, we will be back Tuesday night we will be back with Loki episode 4. Now we're across the halfway point. We're almost done with that series.
I know, it's so fast. That's one of the reasons I'm really liking the Bad Batch, because I'm like, cool, this is a couple months. I'm solid. Loki, I'm like 3 episodes, we're halfway. Great.
Bad Batch, nice slow burn.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like the love-hate thing with Disney Plus. They like to keep their shows, you're gonna get it every Friday.
What's after Loki?
Binge watch them.
What if?
What if?
They haven't announced a specific date, but we know it's August.
Okay. So also in August will be the season 2 of Star Trek Lower Decks. Currently we're doing the Riker Maneuver on Wednesday nights at 9:30, but when Lower Decks comes back, we will most likely be changing that up so we can do these live watch-alongs because these are really fun.
That's the animated one, right?
Yeah, that is the animated one from one of the writers of Rick and Morty. So I gotta be there for it. And then we start all over again on Thursday with the Bad Batch watch along again. So that will be it for us. You can check us out on all of our social media at the Illuminerdi, either with an underscore or a period, depending on what platform it's on. If you go to our Twitter, it's the _Illuminerdi. Everything is right there. You can find the links to all of it. The Illuminerdi.com on the web. Everything is also right there. Social media, you can find below us on these like little tags that I will remake again at some point to make them look a little bit fancier. You guys have anything else coming up this week that you would like to plug?
Yo, Jamba Juice ran out of peanut butter the other day.
Why does Jamba Juice have peanut butter?
I was trying to get one of those peanut butter drink things, and You know what? I asked specifically for the peanut butter one, and they ran out of peanut butter.
Well,
That?
so we can fix this. If anyone watching would like to get Rob a peanut butter smoothie from Jamba Juice, he will put his address in the comments.
Just bring
No.
the peanut butter
No.
when you go.
And I'm Iron Man.
But yeah, so I guess that's it for us, and we'll see you.
If we ever have cons
Yep.
come back, and like we all
There you
meet
go.
up at cons, whoever brings me a Jamba Juice with peanut butter.
Star Wars Celebration.
Star Wars Celebration. That's right. Yeah.
You'll do the peanut butter Jamba Juice at
The
the
peanut
barbecue thing that Josh is gonna send.
Yes.
Place.
Yes.
We gotta make it. Well, I gotta change that then. It's gotta be like blueberry, so it looks like blue milk.
Like the milk. I mean,
Yes.
just food dye. It'll be fine.
It's
It'll be
blue,
fine.
blue milk slushy. Oh, why does this taste like peanut butter? It doesn't matter because it's blue. It doesn't matter. It's probably what Fennec was tasting in this episode.
Ew.
And on that note, Shay, play us out.